Hey y'all, good morning. This is your coach Shanetta. I want to welcome you all to this video. Lord have mercy, I can't talk this morning. This is Coping Today. This video today is talking about, because I have it all written down, creativity, change, and coaching yourself. So I want to say definitely welcome to this video this morning. Let's go ahead and get started. And like I said, I do want to make sure that I do tell y'all again that trying to get this right, this camera. There we go. I got it. That Coping Today will, of course, be going on every single morning. This week will be Monday through Friday, just to let you all know. About close to 7 a.m. in the morning, just to let y'all know. Maybe like a little bit later, a little bit earlier, but around 7 a.m. in the morning, just to let y'all know. So, and again, I am recording on Instagram and Facebook. So if you see me looking back and forth, I'm looking at Facebook now, then I'm looking at Instagram now, that kind of thing. So like I said, definitely y'all will see me going back and forth. But like I said, definitely, I want to make sure that all of you all are, of course, seeing the same thing, getting the same information, that kind of thing as well. Because I know, like I said, with Coping Today, with all the stuff that's going on, and this was more geared towards the coping with COVID, because I know there's a lot of things that's going on that we are not addressing. I guess I put it that way. And me being a coach and me being a social worker, of course, I see a lot of different people. I hear a lot of different issues and all that kind of stuff every single day. And I want to make sure that I'm, of course, addressing those things so I can help the wider community as well. So with that, the first thing, of course, like I said, with creativity, change, and coaching yourself, just keep in mind that creativity, during this time of coping, creativity can definitely help you. Whether you, of course, are a person who has hobbies and like I do, because I love to bake, I love to cook and that kind of thing. So I'm always experimenting. And some of y'all may see some of my videos and photos coming across your news feed with my cute little items I guess I'm making and cooking. But like I said, definitely sometimes we of course, there are people out here who cook, there's people out here who bake, there's folks out here who sew well, sew clothes and sew different items well. There's folks who, of course, draw well. There may be folks that may know how to put on makeup well or dress well and want to teach about dressing or that kind of thing. Have all kind of creativity. And like I said, during this time of COVID and coping, make sure that you're using that creativity to, of course, I guess, but using that creativity for your benefit. I guess I put it that way. And just let me tell you my story. When I got to baking, of course, I started baking and making stuff. I was little. I wasn't even in first grade yet. I put it that way. But, of course, as I got older, of course, I was on my own, got my first apartment, was able to start baking on my own and doing all those kind of things and creating stuff. The reason why I got so heavily into baking and cooking, for one, of course, it always brings me peace, inner peace. For me, it does. And whatever kind of creativity you have, it should be bringing you some kind of inner peace or some kind of happiness, some type of calming sensation. I guess I put it that way. Like I said, that's what I got from my baking every time that I baked and every time that I tried to cook something. Yes, sometimes I got frustrated. I know everybody's going to get frustrated. But, of course, it still brought me a sense of inner peace. During the time I'm baking and trying to get my ingredients together, I have time to think and process and strategize and that kind of thing as well. Excuse me, y'all. But the main thing for me was the healing within the baking. I guess I put it that way. Me, of course, like I said, I was one. Of course, I'll tell y'all more of my story as we go out throughout this coping today. But, of course, with the healing journey and all that kind of stuff, like I said, the baking definitely helped in that arena. It helped, like I said, of course, calm me down. It helped me, of course, think. Helped me, of course, process and that kind of thing as well. I've been through a lot of traumas, a lot of drama, and that kind of thing, too. And like I said, trying to, of course, work through those situations, think about what happened, think about how I was going to try to move through this situation. That really helped me. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, whatever kind of creativity that you have, it can help in the same way as well, especially during these times. It does not have to be anything that you make money on. It can be, yes, a lot of hobbies and things that we have and doing our part-time definitely creates income for us. But if it's something that's, of course, helping you heal, helping you go along your journey, you never know what may, of course, occur. You can probably turn it into another side of income. I don't know. But, of course, the main thing I want you to focus on is the healing, the inner peace, the inner happiness, the kind of thing that you'll get from, of course, doing whatever that hobby or whatever that creativity is. Some folks like to dance, some folks like to sing, some folks like to do all kind of stuff. Like I said, we all have all types of creativity, but you could definitely put it to use during this time. You don't have to let it lay stagnant because you having work stress and all these things. Just keep in mind that work stress and stress from the kids and you parenting at home and you working from home and all this kind of stuff going on with your boss and all this kind of stuff. These kind of things, when you have some kind of creative outlet, it will definitely help you better in life. And it will help you, of course, de-stress. Just keep that in mind. It definitely helped me de-stress as well. And like I said, that's something that you have to realize when we're talking about our creativity. Jesus, y'all should buy my water down here. Changing and of course coaching yourself. Like I said, that's something that you have to realize when you're talking about trying to be creative and trying to, of course, you're having all this stress, you're having all this anxiety, you're having all this worry, then focus that on something creative. Doing something creative will always, of course, help you in the long run. Just keep that in mind. With the healing, with the inner peace, and with the inner happiness, just keep that in mind. And of course, it can, of course, increase your bank account as well. As far as change, like I said, with me baking and going through all that creativity, all those types of things, I was definitely able to, of course, change my mindset. I was definitely able to, of course, change the person who I was. Of course, like I said, all that thinking and processing, and of course, I was crying some of those times trying to bake and that kind of thing as well. It wasn't the baking that I was crying about. It was just things that I was thinking about, some of the trauma that I've been through, sexual abuse, and seeing my mother being beaten by my father a lot and that kind of thing. All those things are traumatic for anybody. And like I said, during those times, of course, as a young adult trying to get through adulthood, I had to use something that was going to, of course, and I had to do something that was going to, of course, help me through those processes. And of course, like I said, that's where I found in the baking. And that baking, of course, helped me change my life a lot. And like I said, the creativity, I'm sure that whatever you're choosing can help you change your life a lot as well. It can teach you a lot about yourself, your tenacity, your resiliency. Like I said, all those kind of things, how much self-discipline you have, how consistent you can be with something. It teaches you a lot of those kind of things. And how you can be a leader in that area. It teaches you a lot of things. Excuse me, I'm having some sinus issues, Lord. Excuse me. But like I said, it can definitely teach you a lot in those areas. And like I said, you can definitely notice the changes that you're going through as you go throughout your process with whatever kind of creativity you're going to focus on and do. I guess I put it that way during this time. And you can choose many of things. You want to do puzzles and bake, and you want to do this. You can do whatever you want to do. It could be 15 things. That's up to you. But like I said, as long as you stick with them and try to, of course, process and think while you're doing those creative outlets, like I said, you'll definitely start seeing change somewhere along the lines. Just keep that in mind. Sometimes it takes place quickly. Sometimes it takes place in a few weeks, in a few months, or a few years, that kind of thing. We have to keep in mind that I'm 45 years old, so all the stuff that I learned up until now, it took me 45 years to learn. I guess I put it that way, or a lot of the things did, especially when it came to the negative, the traumas, and how they affected my life, and me not changing them early on, and which I had no idea I could change them early on. I just didn't know. I know now. I just didn't know early on when I was a young adult. Nobody ever told me that. So like I said, trying to navigate and all those kind of things, like I said, I definitely had to realize that change could come at any point. But like I said, it took me 45 years to learn. So it's going to take me a few years or a few months or a few weeks to, of course, unlearn. Just keep that in mind. And that's the same thing with you as well. I'm not just talking about this for my health. This is the same for actually for everybody. I'm not going to say just about everybody, but it's definitely the same for everybody when we're going through the changing process and that kind of thing, and trying to figure out who we are, what's going on, how we can best be the best person that we can be, self-motivating ourselves, self-disciplining ourselves, and that kind of thing. Like I said, change will definitely take place, but you have to allow that. And like I said, that creativity can definitely allow that. Just keep that in mind, y'all. Like I said, it's part of coping, trying to de-stress and trying to find your inner peace when you're all around, when you're just losing your mind. You got anxiety going on, you have worrying going on, somebody just passed away, you're grieving, all these things are going on, or you're sick and you're trying to get your health back together. There's all types of things that you can do to, of course, cope. And like I said, the creativity is the first thing I would definitely tell you to try to cope with, I guess I put it that way. And of course, seeking professional help as well. That's where the coaching yourself comes in at. Of course, for those people who, of course, can afford so or have the insurance or that kind of thing, I think there are some free counseling and therapy services out in different communities. But I know here in St. Louis it is. I'm assuming that we have, that's going on in other states and countries. I'm assuming, I don't know. In the event that is not, just keep in mind that you can definitely coach yourself through these situations as well. Yes, you would have to know the tools and the strategies and the things in order to, I guess, and the know how to do so. Yes, you would have to know that. But just keep in mind, you can definitely coach yourself through a lot of situations. Like I said, with the baking and the creativity and the changing and all that kind of stuff, the creativity that you choose, your creative outlet, it can definitely help you coach yourself through different situations. Like I said, some of the big situations, you may need, of course, still a professional, that kind of thing to assist. But like I said, as long as you learn the tools and tactics and strategies to, of course, actually coach yourself, like I said, you can definitely make it through a lot of these situations and, of course, start shifting your inner environment environment. Just keep that in mind, y'all. Like I said, some folks, of course, make it so daunting and make it so, I guess, daunting and like it's just so confusing and like it's impossible to do. Nothing is impossible to do if that's what you have your mindset to do. And if that's what you have in your mind that you want to do and create that change around yourself and your inner environment and your outer environment as well. Because we know that when we change the inner environment and we start seeing those changes taking place, our outer environment will change as well. So just keep that in mind, y'all. But like I said, people make coaching yourself seem like it's so hard to do. As long as you know, of course, the basic tools and the basic strategies to use, you can definitely coach yourself through a situation as best as you can until you can, of course, pay for that. And invest in yourself and get that therapy assistance or get the coach that you need or that kind of thing as well. And like I said, that's what I wanted to make sure that y'all knew this morning as well. With the creativity, with the change, and the coaching yourself, they all go hand in hand. You can definitely do all three of those while you're working on, I guess, the change and the coaching yourself while you're working through and on your creative outlet. Just keep that in mind, y'all. There's no reason why you can't. You just have to make sure that you know how to do so. Like I said, it took me a while to learn. That's why I'm a coach now, because I know the processes and that kind of thing, or the process that I went through. I can't say every single process because everybody has their own process. But like I said, at some point we have to learn how to speak our own inner truth and figure out who we are. And of course, and like I said, definitely have the inner drive, the empowerment, of course, centered around that to, of course, create that change and that transformation that we want to see. So with that, I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I want to say one more thing about coping today before I get off of here. That goes right along with the creativity, the change, and the coaching yourself. I want to make sure that y'all know what's coming down the pipeline with me, Tanetta Clay, I guess, in the professional development coaching. I have TC University is coming up down the pipelines. I guess it's coming soon. And I put the link in the description on Facebook so that you all can click on the link and see what's going on. And of course, sign up to, of course, receive the information about it until I, of course, go live. And of course, Instagram, you can, of course, make sure that you click the link in my bio. And it's the first page on that link. Well, what is it called? On that link tree that you can, of course, see and click on the get more info. Like I said, TC University is going to be an online platform, online learning platform, membership club that you can, of course, learn the information to learn how to coach yourself and learn how to empower yourself and learn how to, of course, get that self-awareness that you need. Like I said, that's definitely what that platform is going to be about. Like I said, I know a lot of times we go through our life, like I explained before in the beginning of this video, with going through life, did not know how to, of course, nobody ever taught me how to love myself. Nobody ever taught me how to, of course, have the best relationships or have healthy relationships. Nobody ever set me down to talk to me about sex or anything along those lines. Nobody set me down to talk to me about jobs and starting my own business and the importance of anything along those lines. It wasn't until I got older, in my mid-30s, almost damn near 40, before I figured out that I can change my life and do all these things. I knew to a certain extent beforehand that you can change your life and you can do things, but I did not know how. It wasn't until I intentionally started working on myself and started going down the process of self-awareness and awakening and all these types of things that I figured out how to best help myself and how to coach myself through different situations. Yes, I had a few coaches. It wasn't just me. I had to learn the coaching strategies in order to, of course, best coach myself. And so that's where TC University comes in. Like I said, it's going to be an online teaching platform, just to let y'all know. And of course, like I said, it's going to be a membership club as well, for you all to come together to learn the same information, to, of course, work on the paths, work on your journey, start your journey wherever you're at. Everybody's going to start in a different place, just to let you know. Some may want to start with, of course, the self-awareness, trying to figure out who they are. Some may want to start with learning how to, of course, create a business, or learning what self-love means, or that kind of thing. Like I said, definitely everybody's going to start at a different place, but there's going to be, of course, online workshops, online courses, and of course, some of the videos that I've done in the past talking about self-awareness, how to, of course, be the best you that you can be. So like I said, that's TC University. And like I said, again, Instagram, make sure that you're clicking the link in my bio to, of course, join that, join that little club, to learn more about TC University and when it actually will go live, which will be in February, just to let y'all know. And of course, on Facebook, like I said, the link for the TC University to learn more is in the description of this video. So like I said, definitely click on those links, y'all. And like I said, with that, I'm very excited, of course, about TC University. And at some point, I will give you all, well, not at some point, but soon, I will give y'all more information about more information about TC University, and the why behind why I was creating that. So with that, I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. This is Tanetta, your professional development coach. I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoyed this video this morning about coping today. Just keep in mind that whatever creative outlet that you choose, it can, of course, create change within. As long as you're wanting to, of course, process, learn, think about things while you're, of course, baking, singing, doing all those kind of creative things that you do. And like I said, it can definitely bring that change within that's going to change your environment as well. And like I said, this will lead you to coaching yourself as well. As long as you know the tools, the tips, the strategies, and what to do, that kind of thing, you could definitely get through that process. So keep that in mind. So with that, I want to say thank y'all for tuning in again. And again, make sure that y'all clicking on those links either in the description of the video or in the bio on Instagram, so that y'all can get the information about TC University that's dropping in February. So take care, y'all. Have a great day. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning in the next Coping Today video.